Welcome back to the Château de Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where it's all going on this weekend with the Town Fete, our exposition, and the Belle Époque en plein air weekend.
So we have decided with our good friends Elska and Mo to come on a little driving tour this morning, and we've come to Aubeterre, Aubeterre sur Drôme. But they have a church here that has actually been carved out of the limestone rock. It's 12th century, so 1100s, and was hand-hewn by
Theoretically, the people who were interested in building a church underground.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does that?
And the purpose of the church was actually to hold relics initially. But yeah, we're going to go find out about it. It sounds truly fascinating.
Yeah.
But an incredibly beautiful little town, too.
Of course, it's a plus beau village.
Yes, that as well, yeah.
So.
It's perched beautifully on the top of the hill.
Elska has done the gasp of antique shops. It happens when you see things like this. And this is why we are friends, because she gasps when she finds boxes full of ancienne dentelle.
Look at this all. It is just amazing.
Is it the day before our Belle Époque, and are we considering everything justified right now?
Can we just buy the whole box?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, look how delicate this one is.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. This looks... I still have a hard time knowing what's handmade and not, but this certainly does look handmade, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Oh my gosh.
Jupon.
Oui, oui.
Oui. So that would be...
That is beautiful Edwardian lacework. That is what that is.
We're in a tiny little antique shop here, but you can see they've actually carved into the stone to create this little back room. My guess is it used to be a troglodyte community here, but even the capital on this column is spectacular.
And the creators had asked me to watch out for some like antique napkins and handkerchiefs that we could use with the creator retreat.
Oh,
and
wow.
Look at these with the little embroidered edges on them.
They're gorgeous.
Aren't they perfect for,
Yeah.
a Jane Austen style throwing in front of your favorite
There you
soldier
go.
in the hope that he picks it up and it's a
Your
romantic...
favor, yes, throwing your favor to the...
Yeah.
Well, here is the entrance to the church itself. Very nondescript, but I think that was the intention in the, at the beginning. But you can see the cliff edge that it was actually carved into. Wow, this place is absolutely extraordinary. Carved completely out of the limestone cliff. The ceilings in here are 20 meters high. That is an awful lot of digging. So this is actually the burial crypt with 169 graves in it. And the shapes of the pits are actually anthropomorphic, because the bodies would have been just enshrouded in cloth and interred here. We're now making our way up the stairs here. You can see even the archways, these windows are carved directly out of the stone. And it's very tight in here. This is reminding me of being back in Egypt in some of those tombs, I can tell you.
This place is really, I think unearthly might be a slight play on words, but would be really accurate. It's wild in here.
Well, I was saying that it's giving me vibes like when we were in Egypt and going through some of the tombs and stuff in there. Like
It is.
it's kind of on that same scale, right? It's a devotion that has
Where
created
did the
this.
people find both the time and the extra calories to do something like this?
Yeah,
I mean, this is a big work.
yeah, it
10
is.
years. Yeah. Well, I don't even know how many people either. Oh.
So we've come down now to the crypt that's below the church. Again, completely carved out of the stone. With the sense of eeriness down here, I must admit. But again, you can sort of see the structure that was put together here. Engineering marvel. All done by hand. Like you can see the carvings on these walls that were clearly done by rudimentary tools at the time to dig out this space, but done with a lot of care, as I can well imagine.
Well, what do we make of that?
Well, that's something, wasn't it?
It really was.
Something really different. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, France just never fails to offer up something interesting every time we want to try
Every single time.
find something new. But yeah, that's a remarkable piece of human engineering, quite frankly, and
dedication and I don't even know. It really is. I'm kind of speechless about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, the
Just
scale
not me.
just throws you. It's like, I think they said it was 17 meters by 16 meters or something
Yeah.
like that. And it's almost 20 meters high at the top.
And we're only looking at half of it. It's wild.
Yeah. Only discovered apparently in 1950 as well.
Yeah.
The crypts weren't discovered until the 60s.
Yeah, with a guy turning his truck around and accidentally caving it in. Yeah.
So
That's
just an extraordinary thing. Worth a visit.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that time of year again. We are trying to figure out how to lay out the artwork that has come in for the exposition that runs between the 20th and 28th of July.
Yep.
Coincides with the village fete.
Yep.
Which will be the following weekend. And yeah, so so far we have 4 artists working. We've got another one coming.
Yeah.
We hope. All in various different sizes and things, but you know, the key to this is trying to figure out a nice balance of artwork in the 3 rooms that we have. So we generally just use the dining room, the great hall, and the petite salon.
So here's what we are working with. So we're sort of starting size-wise, because quite often that determines where the pieces go, but also obviously the composition, because I mean the colors in these works work so beautifully in this room. That we're trying to figure out how to incorporate those. But we've also got some bigger pieces outside.
We do. We've got a couple of really large pieces. And this is the really tricky part, is we've got some really large walls, which is awesome, but we have to figure out what works well on those walls.
Yeah.
So there's the 2 pieces at the back here. There's actually 2 canvases this size. The other thing that we're trying to do, because this is obviously the main entrance, or the far side, the people will be coming from either direction, we want to be able to draw their eye through to something else in the next room. So having something big and statement in the dining room draws you into that room. Plus, you obviously want them to stop here and really, absorb something big and powerful.
And the other nice thing about having the big pieces on this wall is that you've got enough room in this room to actually step back and enjoy them from a perspective, because obviously with big pieces sometimes that's harder to do. You want to be able to step back from them a little bit.
The other advantage that we have in this room is, of course, the mezzanine, which allows us to hang things.
Right.
And because this year we also have a fiber artist who creates these fabulous panels.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Absolutely stunning work. We might be able to hang a few of these from the mezzanine and allow them to sort of free hang down into the space here. So
Which
again, allows people to walk around.
And I love that for textiles, right? Because
when we move into the petit salon here, we have the arch. And because we want to kind of separate these two areas, because we're not utilizing that space, it's kind of nice to hang off the arch, which we can do.
yeah,
There's hooks up there for that. So it'd be kind of nice to have some large panels hanging down there. But again, we have another giant wall here,
yeah,
which can really hold a nice big piece or several good sized pieces. So
yeah. Oh yes. It's wild how a piece like that almost still feels a little small for that space. When people see it, you carrying it with full arms fully extended.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We put two. Might be too big for this space.
Yeah, I don't think we can do two. Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah, too much of a good thing, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You do get some distance on it, which is nice.
Yeah, I think proportionally it's better. I don't know then that we want both big ones in here.
Good point. He's got 5 pieces.
All the artists gave us 5 pieces with the understanding that we may not put all of them out. We'll put out as many as we sort of reasonably can, but
Yeah.
it's got to be a bit of an expo, not just a jumble also.
Yeah, ultimately it's our decision
Yeah.
layout-wise. We don't want to overcrowd things. I mean, I know Sarah very much likes the salon style.
I do,
where it's just
yes.
stacked to the ceiling paintings, but I don't think that quite works here.
No,
and,
no, not
quite
yet.
What we're looking for, so.
Yeah. So the usual question, are we grouping all of the artists' works together or are we distributing them? And I think one of my arguments for distributing them would be that each of the rooms has a very different light to it.
Yeah.
So being able to see each of the artists' works in different lights might be really interesting.
True. Yeah.
Even though they're stylistically quite different, right? Because the one behind you is quite different than what's here,
Yeah.
is quite different than that, is quite different than the fiber works that we have right now.
Yeah. So I wonder whether a big fiber piece goes here and move that one over there.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe this piece, which is also quite grand, goes in this room.
I'm just wondering if that's, I mean, it's also a large piece, so again, it you know, kind of begs the question of over here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's got the most color of the,
fiber pieces.
yeah. And those two over the vitrine.
And then those two go in the petite salon.
Yeah. So then, so you think these two should be hung together, which I think makes sense.
Well, maybe
Is there
these-
enough room up there behind you, or is that getting too crowded to do both of those? Or are we better to do this one,
I'm thinking that one.
and then these two in the petite salon, because we thought this was a better match for this artist.
Yeah, maybe on the big wall.
And then that one in the great room, and the bigger one on an easel. Maybe that's on a wall, this one's on a wall, and that one's on the easel beside it. Something like that.
Look at that, yeah.
We're finding the fiber pieces. You'd picked up one of the smaller fiber pieces. They're just getting lost in this wallpaper.
Yeah, this is why eventually we're going to have to replace, well, we want to replace this wallpaper anyway, it's getting a bit tired, but when you see things like this,
I mean, that
it
just,
just vanishes.
it doesn't do that art justice at all.
No, you can't even see
Yeah.
it. I mean, I'm standing right beside it and my eyes are
But
just like,
yeah, nobody can appreciate what's going on there.
so that clearly does not work on here.
Yeah, so we've got the one piece in the great room, so I think maybe the petite salon for the other textile pieces.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be
Yeah.
probably the best. if we've got, oh, we got a big vertical piece.
We do have a big vertical
So
piece.
that might be really nice down the end
Ooh,
there.
it's a big eye catcher to draw people in. I like it.
Yeah, let's do that. So
Okay.
big vertical piece down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those will balance nicely in there. And then we've got, every artist we've got so far will be represented in this room.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. And then we'll set up the petit salon with the fiber because it can't go in the great room. And
no,
then
we can hang one of the fiber pieces in the archway, as we said.
yeah. Okay, I think we're making progress. Yeah.
Just need to get the hammer and nails out now. All the canopies are going up by the property here. The bunting has been stuck up and the WC's back. So that can mean only one thing. The village fete is on this weekend.
Steve's starting to bust a move. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now all the moves are being busted. I'm enjoying this moment where Elska and Mo are trying to figure out whether we're kidding or not.
Yes.
About it being called burning the church.
Yeah, still don't believe us, do they?
Yeah, we're still getting a lot of doubts. There's a lot of head shaking.
The actual windows open.
Yeah, you'll
Like
see
they're
it.
shooting the fireworks out of the window.
Yes.
It's a good time.
Are you convinced yet, Mo?
112, 112.
This is the moment, love.
Yeah.
Does it fit?
I don't know, but they've done a beautiful job of cleaning it. That's
They
for
have.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
very sparkly.
Oui, ça marche bien.
Parfait.
Oui. Merci, madame.